This week on Sport Fishing, we're back aboard the Gale Force. We left about 2 hours ago out of San Pedro, California, traveled all the way over here to Santa Monica Bay, and when it gets dark, we're gonna be lobster fishing. But right now, while we're waiting for the sun to go down, we're gonna do a little bit of fishing, looking for some calico bass, maybe even a sand bass or two. You really don't know what to expect. And that's part of the fun of doing this type of fishing. But once the sun goes down, we're gonna drop boot nets in the water, and we're gonna try to catch us some lobsters. So stay tuned for this week's exciting and very different episode here on Sport Fishing. I'm Dan Hernandez and I live to fish.
All right.
I have been fishing along the Pacific coast my entire life.
Oh!
Let me bring you in the action and share with you some great fishing tips along the way. Might be.
What do you got?
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
There's the white sea bass.
Wind on him. It's taking line. Wind. How's your drag? Let me see your drag. Pull him out. Pull him out. Oh! Looks like he was in a rock.
Told you guys it's easy. I don't know, Jared. I just got bit fishing a B52 bucktail on the bottom with full squid. I don't know if it's a rockfish or a bass. Hopefully it's a bass. The sculpin. Sculpin. There you go.
Yo, mama. Sand bass. Yeah. Nice fresh squid that Jared scooped up last night. We're catch some more of these bass here. That should be big enough.
Bouncing the lead head across the bottom. A couple of pieces of squid on there.
Got bit again on the bucktail. I don't know why everybody else isn't using a bucktail. Oh, another sculpin. Another sculpin. This is a big hook on here. B52 bucktail. Nice little sculpin. All right, let this guy go.
nets out, drive into our area. We've been fishing. A lot of times this year, those lobster move out to the deeper water. They're not so much on heavy structure, more curvatures, slopes, trenches, stuff like that. So they got a zone out here we've been doing pretty good in. Go meter around, look for the, not necessarily the lobster themselves, but everything that goes along with it. The bait, everything we're looking for. Get out there, look around, kind of figure out what depth we're going to be fishing in tonight. But back end up there is getting everything ready. Start to get these hoop nets out and hopefully have a successful night.
Oh, that's why it was all salvaged.
Yeah. Oh, it's just
Sundowner bite. There you go, nice bass. It's gonna be short though.
So about 125 feet of water. Whole thing is not to stop. Don't have to be really fast. Just can't stop. Feels like a long ways to go. Oh yeah, maybe one legal. There's one, 2 shorts. All right, so I got one legal for my first pass. Take it back and throw it in the cart. All right, let's take a little break from the action here aboard the Gale Force, and let's go to the tackle box and show you the gear we're using for hoop net fishing here in the Gale Force today. This week in the tackle box, I want to talk to you a little bit about what we're doing today over at Catalina Island, the Gale Force. You know, we're fishing for lobsters, and the main gear you use when you're lobster fishing is a hoop net. And the hoop nets we like to use, and the Gale Force uses, they're made by Promar, and this is the ambush style. It has the rigid edges, works out really good. There's another model that lays flat. I don't think it's as productive as these. These are ridges, and what makes these legal is that the lobster has the ability to walk in and walk out. That's why we're not allowed to use traps. We have to use hoop nets, and you never know. You might drop them in 1 second and there's all kinds of lobsters in it, and when you bring them up, they've walked out, but that's part of sport fishing. Lobster has to be able to walk into the hoop net and walk out. But I think the rigid ones work out a lot better, and you can find these at your local store. These work out really good. Now, this is a short rope. This is for like fishing inside the harbor. But at Catalina, you'll see on the boat in this episode, guys are using really long and even weighted lines to get it down 200 feet. And they fish some deep areas. Now, one thing you should know if you try to do this on your own boat, that you have to put your go number, it's part of your fishing game on your license, number on your buoys. And remember, you're only allowed 5 hoop nets per license. So if you're out by yourself, you can only use 5 hoop nets. But if you're on a boat like this with a bunch of people, a maximum of 10 hoop nets. So you'd have to have another person with a lobster license so you could have 10, maximum of 10 hoop nets in the water. And the numbers have to be on your buoy. Now, to put bait in here, there's a little mesh area in the bottom where you could stick some bait in there, but it really doesn't work. The seals just bite right through it. And these were real popular at one time, the cages where you put the bait in it. But the problem we've had with these, seals bite right through them, tear them up, and it's a mess. So what we use are these ones. These are the plastic ones, real hard plastic, PVC type, and the seals can't bite through them. They work out really good. So if you have a choice on which ones to buy the PVC ones. You won't be disappointed. Last thing, make sure you put a light stick right here. It's really important that you have a light stick so that people can find your hoop nets and see that they're there when they're driving around at night. All right, this is the basic gear you need for this type of fishing. Let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action right here on Sport Fishing. Okay, here we go. Oh! Oh! Look at all those lobsters.
Well, there's some legals in there.
Yeah. There's another legal one right there. So this is Joe, his first hoop net pass, and there's a bunch of legals in there. This is why you come on the Gale Force to go lobster fishing. Good job, man.
Thank you.
All right, let's go back
Good
and
times.
take them back and measure them out. We got Kurt here. Kurt's done this before, so he understands he can't stop. Yeah. We're at the island with you guys. Today we're here in Santa Monica Bay. Academy Award night. He's hoping for an Oscar in the swoop net.
That's what I'm going for.
Yeah, I like some of it. This is our Oscar Award viewing party. The guys are in the galley watching the awards. The other guys are up here getting their lobsters. There we go. Maybe one or two legals in there.
Thanks every time you say that, Kelvin. You're illegal. Hope you didn't need this. No, we didn't. Maybe that one. And
Not that one.
alright. It comes back where we get it measured up.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a big one in here. Oh, crap.
We got crate backs up here. Hey guys, one drop. Tell me to bring that crate back up here, guys. There's at least 3 in that one.
This is Bo, and he just did one hoop net pass. One hoop net pass, and he got all 7 lobsters. He limited out on one pass. We got one big stone crab there too. It's a nice big one. Congratulations.
Yeah, why not?
Well, you did better than I did, Ethan.
There we go. Nice leader.
Great guys, one job. There's a nice lobster.
Yep. Nice eagle.
We'll take them.
Yes, sir.
Nice one.
Come here, little fella.
Nice bug right there.
Nice little eagle.
Stop. Hey.
Got a couple in here.
Amy, you got some shells on them?
baby.
You got a shrimp,
Fernand. Hey, that's a shrimp. That's a jumbo shrimp.
All right, good.
Boy, this must have been a deep one. One more than last time.
We'll get that measured up by Marky over there and then see if he's legal. Make sure you bring that crate back out. All right.
This week in the galley, I'm going to cook you up one of my favorite rockfish dishes. I make this at home all the time. It's basic fish sandwich with local rockfish, fish that we're catching here. So what I like to do is start off with a little bit of olive oil, some butter. Just let those both melt really well. You can hear that. Sounds really good. And the olive oil and the butter work really good because the olive oil you can't get too hot and the butter will help bring it down. All right, now it's time to add the fish. So we're gonna add 2 pieces of fish right here. Yeah, and the fish won't take very long to cook. I'll add a little bit of salt, a little pepper. I just use black pepper. You can use paprika too if you like. This works out fine for me. This rockfish is nice and fresh. It's gonna cook really fast, and you can just watch it as it cooks all the way through the fish. One of the biggest mistakes people make when they're cooking fish is that they flip it and move it all the time. What you wanna do is take its time and let it cook. While the fish is still cooking, I'm gonna put my vegetables in here. Have some bell peppers. And some onions. I'm just gonna go ahead and flip over my fish. I'll put them over the vegetables. Looks really good. Let those vegetables soak up the juices. While this is still cooking, what I like to do is get my bread ready. So what I like to do for the bread, I have toasted bread that I've toasted. I'm just gonna put a little bit of mayonnaise on here. And to spice it up, I'm gonna use some wasabi. So I'm kind of making like a wasabi mayo. Just go ahead and blend that all together. Now the onions are almost done. Bell peppers are almost done. So I'll slide them off to the side a little bit and put the rest of the fish back on the heat. Like I said, this is a very simple dish. I make this lots of times when I'm at home, maybe watching a football game, baseball game. I want something simple. I don't want to deep fry it. Don't want to put a lot of batter on it. I just do that. Add a little bit of salt. I always like to add a little citrus, a little bit of lime juice. This just looks so good. Okay, this is all ready to go. Just gonna turn off the heat and just plate it. So I'm gonna start off with a piece of fish, some bell peppers, some onions, a few more bell peppers. And I like to go with the green and the red just because I like to add color to my plate. And then adding color always makes it taste better. Just put the other piece of bread on top. And that's your fish sandwich. I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite out of it, just so you can see how good it is. This is so good. It's just local rockfish. You can do this with halibut or other rockfish. It works out really good. Calico bass too. But with rockfish, it just tastes so good. So let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action right here on Sport Fishing.
Crab. Take it home and eat it. Elevator up, it's about 180 feet. It's a long way down. One time I pulled a 40-pound bat ray in a hoop. That was a struggle. Not in this style of trap. The other style.
Just don't stop, nice and easy. Consistent pulls. Hopefully get a couple more here. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, you might be done for the day.
Nice one. At least, maybe two.
At least two, it looks like. Two nice ones there, a bunch of little ones. All right. Come on, lobsters. Am I halfway there? Quarter of the way. Little crab, no lobster, little crab. All right, we're gonna take a little break from the action, and when we return, I'll be giving you this week's tip of the week. For this week's tip of the week, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit, not so much about lobster fishing, because really lobster fishing is all about the crew and the Gale Force. Captain Jared does a great job. Calvin on the deck and Marky in the galley. He's all working on the deck too, helping out. And those guys do a great job to get you on the lobsters and get to lobsters like this. But what I really talk to you about is experience something different. Maybe you spend lots of time on the ocean fishing for tuna, marlin, calico bass, yellowtail, all those trips to Catalina and all the different islands off the coast here, but maybe you haven't experienced lobster fishing. I just want to tell you about lobster fishing because it's something different. It's just another way to enjoy your time on the water. And I just love being on the water. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, but I love fishing, and adding lobster fishing to my day just makes it a great time. It's just another way to enjoy the season out here on the water. I want to thank Captain Jarrett and Calvin helping out on the deck, and Marky too. They all did a great job. I'm Dan Hernandez, hoping you enjoyed this week's episode of Sport Fishing, and I hope you join us again next week as we go looking for more of the best in sport fishing.